going to be answering some questions on, I don't know, it must have been one day last month on Instagram, as well as on my community tab. I asked if you guys had any questions you wanted to ask of me, kind of a get to know me thing, because there's so many new Planty family members. So hi, and thank you all for all of your support. I wrote down the questions and I figured we'd go over them. I am on lunch. It's so nice out. It's fall. I just didn't want to be in the building. I thought, let's go ahead and answer some questions. So the first question is, they're from Instagram. First question is from the eclectic or Ashley. She wants to know, what do you do when your plant has root rot? That's funny. This question came up because I had a Monstera deliciosa that had root rot. I didn't realize it was root rot when I first got the plant, and I lost almost all of it except for one or two little branches, but I saved it. And what I did was cut all of the dark black or rotten, soft black rotten rot off of it, and hopefully let it less over. Then at that point, I would either have had really good luck at putting it in moss at that point, propagations. And if you'd like to see a video on how I propagate in moss, I can show you that. I would put it in moss in a clear container and then just let it go for a little bit. Make sure it's in brightly lit location, kind of kept a little warm. You probably will save it provided the roots get completely attacked, but I've had some really good luck doing it that way. What_plant_gal was the plant that started your obsession by collection? And love your channel, by the way. Thank you. The plant that started it is right here. I've had plants all my life, but this plant right here is the one that sprungboard me off to this planty journey this time. It's a Dracaena lemon lime. I got this a couple years ago. My mom and I went shopping one night at a new station and just happened to come across that, and she picked it out for me and bought that plant for me. It's doing great, and I just love it. Really easy going. So that was the plant that sprungboard of it. I'm a plant lover. What are your future goals / plans? Well, kind of on hold right now. Now I am just ending my 20 years at my employer. I'll be done November 6th. Then I'm planning on maybe taking a little bit of time off just to myself, get some jobs, and start the grind. I'm feeling really good about it now. Baker 2183. Hey Jennifer. She asked, when did plants start for you? She said, when did I start YouTube? And then she wants to know the history of the Planty Kindness Project. So plant started for me about 2 years ago in January with that Dracaena plant, the Dracaena lemon lime that I told you about. The YouTube thing happened maybe a couple months later. I didn't think that it would be something that I could possibly do. Fellow YouTuber was following, talked me into, come on, just try it, give it a shot, and see how it goes. And I'm really glad I took the shot. In 2 years for YouTube. History of the Planty Kindness Project. Why that Planty Kindness Project is very similar to what's going on right now. I guess I was just so frustrated and overwhelmed with the state of the world, way people's attitudes have changed. It just feels like everything spun out of control. It feels like nobody has any politeness anymore to them. There are no pleases. There are no thank yous. It's always zoom, zoom, zoom. Got to get things done super, super fast. And we just need to slow down. We need to think about others. We just need to be nice, because it's a lot easier to be kind and be nice to other people instead of just being jerks. I mean, being a jerk, I feel it would take a lot more out of you, I guess. But that's the Planty Kindness Project, kind of stemmed from me venting one day. I got some not very nice comments on my videos at that point, and before that, and I was going to quit YouTube. And I've just learned on here, they're always going to say something. It is what it is. Go ahead. I Love you guys. All of you guys are in this community I've built. You guys are so supportive to me, and that means the world to me. And so those that do support me and are part of my channel, all I ask is just for you to be kind. And I believe all of you guys are. But, you know, it never hurts to remind people once in a while. So, you know, there was a person also that I know that was having a hard time about the time, this was right after the Planty Kindness video went out. And they were having a hard time, and they were getting bullied, and they were getting harassed. And that person told me that they came across my video, ironically, and they didn't even know I did YouTube, but they came across my video, they came across the hashtag, the Planty Kindness Project, and saw all the rest of the people that were actually putting some kindness out into the world. And I found out that that person was going to do some real harm to themselves until they saw that video. So that's how I know that kindness needs to happen. You know, I mean, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. It doesn't matter. Just be nice. That's all. I'm not going to go on a tangent, but just be nice. So I do know that there are people out there that are hurting, and you don't know what that other person's going through. This is where this came from. You don't know what the other person's going through, and you could be that one person that either says something or does something to them that could push them over the edge. Do you really want to live with that? Do you want to be that person? I don't. And I've just learned that just kind of be nice to people, because honestly, you don't know what that other person's going through. So that is that in a nutshell, Jennifer. Great question. Adrian at wallflower_district. What's your favorite plant? Right now, I have to say that my favorite plant has got to be my Monstera family. My Monstera deliciosa, both the Thai constellation and my other Monstera deliciosa. I don't know what's going on. They're just taking shape very nicely. My Thai is putting out another leaf, and I'm just loving it. Plantastica.greenheart. Hey, Reb. She asks, how long does it take to drive to Appleton, Wisconsin? Here's your answer. I think it's about, I want to say it's almost 4 hours, but I have to take a screenshot of the map and put it here. So there's your answer. I think it's 4 hours, but I'm already working on that. Stick around for that one. Dea has a channel as well as Plantastica. Dea writes, I'm not new here, LOL, but what are some plant nurseries you'd like to visit, and in what area? The locations, I really haven't traveled much to do plant shopping, but someday, once this whole pandemic dissipates a little bit, I'd like to go maybe check out Florida, because I know that there's plant nurseries down there. And I'd like to, when I go and visit some family next time in California, I'd like to see what they have in Southern California for plants, nurseries, and everything. And also, to my friends and family in Southern California right now, and anywhere that there's those fires, I'm praying so hard that you guys are staying safe. All right. Love you guys. Keep me posted. But those would be the areas that I'd like to go to. Ashley, the eccentric eclectic, she wants to know how to know when your plants go dormant and what to change. And She wants to know, what should you do for the maintenance with the plants other than watering? The first part of it, for the dormancy, like for me on my alocasia, sorry, I'm watching some people here. My alocasia African mask, my poly, having problems, and I made a video here. It was having problems, and I found some mesh that was wrapped around some of the corms or the bulbs, and it was basically choking it out. Those do go dormant. They just start looking really super sad. Normally, if you just let them die down, they just need a rest period, and then just keep them, from what I'm aware of. Now, I'm no professional on this at all, but just keep them watered and take care of them like you normally would, and they'll start growing for you again. As far as what should you do for maintenance with your plants other than watering, for me, when I do plant maintenance, I always check around the base of the plant to make sure there isn't any debris, any leaves, dead leaves, anything like that. I take those all out of there, and then I will fertilize from about February or March through September, October-ish. However, I will continue to fertilize plants that are still growing for me in the winter. Like last year, over the winter, my Monstera deliciosa put on like 11 new leaves within a month and a half. It was crazy. So I just kept feeding it. You don't need to feed them, but I just kept feeding it. Oh, here's another YouTuber, Mocha Based. What is your favorite thing to do when you have some time for myself? I love just spending the time with Buddy. I love hanging out with him, snuggling on the couch. Love just being outside. It's fall, so there's a place not far from me, kind of like a nature preserve, I guess, in a way. And I will go ahead and take him over there, and we'll go and walk the path a little bit and see the sights, and he can get the sniffs in. But that's one of my favorite things to do. I'm just a homebody, and I love spending time with my mom. And one of these days, I'm going to go to her house, and I'm going to show you a plant tour of her plants that she's got. The little lovely plant. Other hobbies other than plants. I do have other things I love to do. I love to do some photography. I love to just play on my iPad, do some coloring and that type of stuff. But I really, really, really love to do furniture refinishing. Totally love to do it. And here is one of the things I refinished. And I did start kind of a YouTube channel. It's horrible, but down the road I do want to put more stuff on it. So if you are interested in furniture refinishing, feel free to subscribe. I don't know, but I'll put the link in the description down below. All right, and now we go to the YouTube community questions. Danielle asked, what is your favorite and least favorite plant chore? And is there any plant you will never own again? I would say my favorite plant chore is just doing plant maintenance and seeing all their growth. Taking the dead or dying leaves out and just making them look good and keeping them healthy. That makes me feel good, as well as I love taking them and putting them all in my bathtub and then just using the shower head and giving them a big old nice shower and drink of water. It's kind of spa day for the plants, you know. And then the other question is, what is a plant that I'll never own again? Yeah, that's easy. That is pretty much anything in the Calathea family, especially the medallion. Yeah, the medallion. I think I'll put it up here. That plant, I've had it 4 times, and it just hates me. So it's not welcome in my house. I've tried other ones. The only prayer plant that I have left right now is a variegated Maranta, and that's doing well, but that's also one of the easier ones. So, Plant Center. Did you grow up liking plants? Were you surrounded with planty things? And do you have other things you enjoy doing? Yes. Like I said, I do enjoy, hanging out with Buddy, hanging out with my parent or my mom and my brother and the family. Hey, Caleb. Hey, Mom. Also, I love refinishing furniture and just doing crafty stuff. And and doing like DIYs around the house. Like I put in a new ceiling fan, and I laid down like flooring in my house. Just fun stuff. I love to learn about that type of stuff. Did you grow up liking plants? My mom always had plants, like either pothos or spider plants or an aloe. I remember she had a huge aloe at one point. So yeah, I liked plants. I've had a couple plants when I was younger, but I always had, when I moved into my first place, my mom got me a golden pothos, and that thing lived and thrived and thrived and thrived. Adele Campbell, how long have you had Buddy, and how is he doing? And what's your favorite plant and why? Buddy is, let's see here, he is 8. I've had him for about 7 years. I got him when he was 10 months old. He was extremely skinny. He was extremely skittish. He is from Georgia. I believe it was Georgia. And he was, I don't even want to get into what he was. He has some issues. And it just makes me sad that I couldn't get to him faster than what I did. But I've got him now. He's good. He is the master of the house. He, basically tells me what to do. But he's great. He actually really has helped my anxiety with not only the pandemic going on, but with the upcoming layoff and all of that stuff. I'm glad I have him. He's awesome. And what's your favorite plant and why? Right now, I think it has to be my Thai constellation because the leaves are actually getting big. The variegation on it's great. However, I have a pothos plant that I am in love with. Just a golden pothos. And that thing is just so big and just massive. And if you don't have a pothos, you need to have a pothos because those things are just beautiful. I've killed my fair share of pothos, but yeah, they're just beautiful. So I would say the pothos and the Thai constellation are like neck and neck right now. Kelly Hoya, hey lady, what's your favorite plant genius? I would say Monstera. And do you prefer online shopping or in person? I would say I prefer to do in-person shopping. However, with the pandemic going on, actually I'm proud of myself. I really haven't bought too many plants. But when I do get plants, I like to order them online though too. And I do like to order them online. But there's something if you can find them in person when the smile that comes across your face and the fact that you can pick them out yourself, I really like that. However, it's a plant, so if I can get it online and they can be delivered to my house, that's even better. And then what are your favorite nurseries? One of my favorite nurseries here in St. Paul, actually it's in Minneapolis, it's called Tonkadale Nursery. I really need to get back out there one of these days. I love that place. Maybe I'll take you with me. We'll see. But Tonkadale Nursery is probably my all-time favorite. The place is so huge, and they have a little of everything. Donna Gilmore, how did you get started plant collecting? Well, my mom started me on the plant collecting with that a long time ago. It was a pothos, a golden pothos, but then a couple years ago, she got me the Dracaena, and then I kind of opened my eyes and saw that there are other plants out there that are not just the golden pothos and a spider plant, which I love those. I love them because I had them for many, 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 many years, But I had no idea that there was so many other plants out there at the same time, yet alone that you could grow in the house. So yeah, about 2 years ago I started this journey. But I do want to say that's all for the questions, you guys. You did amazing. I hope you kind of enjoyed a little bit of this type of video. I know I hadn't put anything out for a little bit, but things got crazy. Things are kind of crazy now too, but I had to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm so happy you guys are all here. I hope that, if you like my content, you subscribe. I hope you like the channel. Maybe even share some of the videos or share my channel with other people. That would make my day as well. But I hope you guys hang in there. I know we're in that pandemic, so you better stay safe. I've got my mask right here. Look, it's a flower one. All right, you guys, stay safe, keep smiling, and remember, kind to others, because you never know what the people are going through. And just don't be a jerk. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.